motorcycle is whatever you want to make it. Turn it on, you can give yourself a real thrill.
What's going on, guys? This is Carl with the Race Red channel. Just checking out a cool little camping spot right here. Wanted to talk about the benefits of racing. A lot of people miss them, I think. I just got done with a race, and one of the things you learn is your own endurance, because you don't really push yourself for that long on a normal ride. So I went 100 miles on, well, over 100 miles on this last race. I did about 80% of the race, and I had to sit down and roll everything for the last 20%. And I got passed by a lot of people, and I just gassed out. I didn't have anything left really. So I think I made my way up to the low 20s in positioning, and I was catching the people in front of me, and it just hit me. I was done. So that's something you definitely learn, is your own endurance. You know, when we go out on a ride, normally a good ride is about 60 miles, 40 or 60 miles, and you take breaks all day. You stop, you take, you know, you get a lunch break, and it's more about enjoying the ride and the scenery and everything. On a race, it really teaches you about your own endurance, and it teaches you to flow with the terrain and not to use too much muscle, because 3 hours later your muscle will fail, trust me. So yeah, endurance is a big part of racing, and it teaches you about it for sure. Also, it teaches you how to ride at your peak, or, you know, at the highest level that you can for a long period of time without crashing, hopefully anyway. It doesn't take very long for you to start crashing, and to really tone it back. And that's definitely something that racing teaches you, is how to pace yourself to where you're going as fast as you can possibly go, but safely. And it helps you progress, because if you're just out there riding on a normal day or whatever, you're not really pushing yourself. You're not going out to that outer limit of your ability. And so progression is a big part of racing. It really helps you progress. There aren't many cases where you would just be barreling through the sagebrush going as fast as you can. And there are a lot of aspects of racing that just aren't safe. I mean, there's no way to safely go through sagebrush like that, with all the rock out there and everything. The risk of having a gigantic yard sale and just cartwheeling the crap out of your bike is always going to be there. But also, it definitely teaches you to go out there and push it in a way that you feel comfortable with. And that's something that, like I said, if you're going out and riding, you're really not doing that. You're just riding around. And you can ride for years and not progress if you want to. You could do the type of riding that I'm doing right now and just keep your bike on a fire road or a dirt road like this, and you'll never really progress. I mean, you'll get used to the feel of like dirt under your tires, but that's about it. So endurance and progression, those are two big ones. And on the topic of endurance, you're going to figure out which parts of your body give way first. And for me, that's my legs, because you're just doing squats the entire time. You're going up and down, you're working your suspension, you're timing it. I don't think a lot of people realize that, but that's definitely something you're doing a lot, is you're squatting the entire time, working your suspension the whole time. It teaches you about your bike. If you're going 100 miles and you're going fast, Helps you to trust your bike, for one. You learn to understand how your bike is reacting on a whole new level. At high speed, you learn to trust your bike because you know exactly how it's going to behave. You know, over the course of 100 miles at high speed, you definitely learn how your bike's going to behave, and you come to expect certain things from it. And it also helps you to understand the range that you have. I knew, like on these races, I knew my 450 got really good gas mileage, but I wasn't sure how good. And so that's one thing that I learned in these races, is just, you know, what my mileage was going to be on that 450, just wide open on it all the time. So on a regular ride, I'm pretty comfortable going all day on that bike. I just don't foresee it running out of gas ever, because it's just got great fuel mileage. Competition's always good. It's definitely a good thing to have competition, and to be able to ride around other people definitely helps you to do that. To be comfortable riding in close proximity to other riders. That's one of the things about racing. It definitely helps you to practice riding in close proximity and learning how to ride around other riders in such a way that if they go down, they're not taking you with them. You always try to choose your line in that way. Choose your line to where if the rider in front of you makes a mistake, you can capitalize on it as opposed to running into them. And that's something that I definitely need to work on, and I definitely need to work on my passing. But because basically, if I pass you in one of these races, that basically means that I am way faster than you, because my passing, I just don't trust other riders. When I pass, I make sure that I have that pass made well before I ever make it, if that makes sense. So if I'm making a pass on you, I'm doing it in a way that if you screw up, you're not going to take me with you. And if I screw up, I'm generally not going to take you with me. So racing is definitely good for a rider in many ways. It pushes you in a lot of ways, and it pushes your bike, helps you trust your bike. You'll be better for it, that's for sure. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe so that you can catch me on the next one. And I'll see you out there. Peace.